Alright guys, welcome to the channel. In this video I want to talk about the betrayal of Kawaki from the way we've seen in the anime and the manga, Boruto manga. Now before we can talk about the betrayal of Kawaki, let's first start by looking at historic events between students and teacher relationship that we've seen Kishimoto display. It wouldn't be a surprise for Kawaki to betray Konoha and also to betray Naruto, because this is precisely the style that Kishimoto likes to use. Now, having said that, let's look at an example. An example would be in the series, in the anime, in the manga, in Naruto, episode 1 to 200, the first Naruto few episodes. You see that Orochimaru and the third Hokage fighting, and you see Orochimaru successfully defeating the third Hokage. And now, what has led to that kind of events happening, or how did Orochimaru get to be strong enough to defeat the third Hokage? Now, I think the idea or around this situation is very simple. Orochimaru was the student of the third, so Orochimaru has learned all ninjutsus from the third, and Orochimaru has come to understand the weaknesses of the third because he understood the third style of fighting. And because he understood the third style of fighting, it was easy for Orochimaru to pinpoint weaknesses around the third Hokage style of fighting. And also, it was easy for Orochimaru to prepare himself for this kind of a battle because he understood the third Hokage. And that's what led to the defeat of the third Hokage. And I believe that if the third Hokage and Orochimaru were not students, I don't think Orochimaru was going to be able to defeat the third Hokage. I think Orochimaru had an advantage because he understood precisely the style of fighting of the third Hokage. And now, moving on to the second example that has happened in the series or in the manga or in the Naruto universe, you see an example where Minato was the teacher of Obito, and Obito coming back to Konoha to try and infiltrate the village. And with that said, Obito was able to control the QB and was able to do some damage to Konoha, but however, Minato was able to stop Obito. But Minato was led to his death because of that infiltration, where he was trying to save the people that he loved and sacrificed himself in front of the Kyuubi, or in the hands of the Kyuubi, with the nine-tailed demon fox. And what I'm trying to explain in this moment, or in this example, is that the teacher and student relationship can sometimes go very sour in the Naruto universe, where we see Minato failing to successfully save without casualties himself and the Konoha village and his ki. Now that's the reasons why I say that Kishimoto's style of writing can always lead to this kind of situation. And one of the third reasons that I can give you before we can move on to Kawaki and Naruto's situation is the student's relationship between Jiraiya and Pain. You sort of see that Pain versus Jiraiya, there was some disagreement, and Pain had to fight Jiraiya for what he believed was correct at the point in time, and Jiraiya had to fight Pain for what he believed was right. And now that led to the defeat of Jiraiya. But what's more important to note in this fight is that Pain understood Jiraiya's style of fighting, and that's why he was able to easily defeat Jiraiya. Not easily, he was able to defeat Jiraiya in the process because he understood Jiraiya's style of fighting, because Jiraiya was Pain's sensei. But having said that, if Jiraiya understood Pain's style of fighting, Jiraiya could have been able to defeat, he could have been able to defeat Pain. And now, these are some of the things that exist in the Naruto world. This is the style of writing that you see Kishimoto displaying throughout the time in the Naruto universe. And I think similarly, looking at all those stories, you would sort of see that Kawaki and Naruto would lead to the same or similar situation where Naruto will train Kawaki everything that he knows, the jutsus that he knows, probably even Sage Mode, how to wield chakra and how to fight using chakra, and all the styles of fighting that Naruto knows. He would now hand it over to Kawaki in a form of training, and Kawaki would later on betray Konoha and betray Naruto in the process. And that is what led to the events that have happened in Boruto episode 1, where Kawaki is now having different ideas, different ways of wanting to do things. And this would be easy if you think about now the current attitude. If you look at Boruto anime episodes 199 and 200, you see Kawaki's attitude. And I think this is very much possible that Kawaki can be led to believe, can be easily convinced by different kinds of enemies to think very differently from what Naruto is trying to teach him. And that could lead to the betrayal that we see today, the betrayal of Konoha, the betrayal of people who groomed him. And that's why he was telling Boruto in that first episode that he's gonna send him where he sent Lord Sam. And this is something that one can predict easily because of how Kishimoto likes to write the story and of how everything has unfolded so far in this Naruto universe, Naruto and Boruto universe. And this is the little that I wanted to share in this video. And if you've stayed for this long in this video, I would like to thank you and ask you to please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, and hopefully we'll see each other next time.